Hello everybody, Fudge 3004 here. I am back in Novus Inceptio, and I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about some of the things that go on in this game. I actually spent a little bit of time gathering resources. For some reason I lost everything. I was playing another save that I started, and I don't know if something got messed up or whatever. Long story short, I went around and got a whole bunch of resources, so I am kind of starting over again. I try to put things back in the same order and stuff like that. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about building in here and show you a couple of things that on my other save that I discovered. Get the crates, do these quests like these question marks up at the top, and you will get some really good loot. You'll find a lot of stuff. And the first thing that I really wanted to touch base on was like on the crafting. If you want to do cooking and stuff, you need to make sure that of course you have, you know, your campfire and all that stuff going. So we're gonna go ahead and either we can build a campfire with some stone, a basic campfire, or we can do a campfire with raw stone. We still need kindling, so let's go ahead and make some kindling, and it'll take any branches. And so let's just go ahead and create that, and then we're gonna make a campfire, this one with the raw stone, and then we are going to at least have some place to stay warm. So I'm gonna go ahead and create this, and then raw stone. Okay, so up here, right up here, see these yellow dots? This is the percentage chance of if I will succeed or not in making things. So when this is all the way green, there's no big deal. You'll make it every time. So like under weapons and toolsmithing parts, and let's go to shaft. This is 100% chance. You're going to make it every time. Not a big deal. The handle, all this stuff is always 100% chance. But under the basic crafting for this this campfire, it's a 66.8% chance that I will actually make this. And every time you fail, it will destroy whatever it is you were trying to use. So metal, whatever it is you're using, is you're not going to do so well. Okay. I made the campfire that time, so let's go into that inventory, and our campfire is probably going to be down here because it does weigh a lot. And like I said, all the heavier stuff goes in the bottom, and be sure that you put the heavy stuff down there. Just click on it and it'll automatically move it. That's actually a really good thing. So there are also these blueprints, and these are things that you can use so when you're building or making stuff or whatever. So right click on them and then learn the recipe, and you will learn the beginner's wall, trunk, and stone. So, and then this one is, whoops, if you move, of course, it cancels it out. So, let's go to X, go back into here, go to inventory, and we'll do this again. And this is blueprint dye of black, and this is blueprint window wood. So now we have some blueprints learned, and now we can actually make some more stuff, and now we'll actually be able to do a lot bit more, at least a little more stuff. Now I did got a bunch of logs, and I got some tea, so now when I get rhinitis, I'm actually able to heal myself. Okay, so the campfire is built, and so click on it, press place, and why is it because I'm in crafting. Okay, and then I also press escape, which I didn't mean to do that, and I keep on doing that. Okay, let's go to here, and where's the campfire? There it is. Let's go in place. Okay, so this is the campfire, and I thought down here on this ground where it's fairly bare, it'll be easier to see. The sign is right over there that has the burning wood on it and stuff, or the sign for this building area. You guys know what I'm trying to say. So up over here, I think right in this area, let's go ahead and put it right here. Now this is our campfire, and okay, let's move the mouse for position, press escape for cancel, right mouse button to place, and then use the mouse wheel page up and down to rotate. But I'm not really too worried about it. So right mouse button to place, and then to set it on fire, you just hold down that button and it'll set on fire. At least click on that button, it'll set it on fire. Now it'll automatically create ash, and then we can craft stuff. Unfortunately, we won't be able to make a lot of stuff, but one of the biggest things that we can do is actually any of these metals that we have in our inventory. And right now we have some copper because I mined the copper that was back there at the walled off area. So here is some copper. There's actually 39 copper, and so press copper ingot is 100% chance, and it takes 1 ore. So let's just go ahead and let's do 10. So we're going to create that, and then it will create all of the copper ingots. Now that should be in our inventory, so let's write down there's the copper ingots. It's pretty much instantaneous. So we have that, so now we can actually make some other stuff from that. And every time the fire will go out and stuff, pick the ash, it is a crafting item. And we know about where we are, so it won't be too hard to find. And another thing is, if we want to make any food or whatever, or kill any animals, we're gonna have to make better stuff because we don't have very good stuff. So over here is a deer, and we'll get back to building here in just a minute. So remember to press tab. You go into combat mode, and let's just try to get a little close up to him, and there we go, we got him. And then press tab to come out, and then let's pick the meat, pick the pelt, and pick the trophy. We don't have to pick the trophy, but we can. Okay, so now we have that, and there is a quest up here. You see this question mark, so let's come up here, and it says quest. So now I was telling you guys that there are cities you can go into, abandoned cities, and right here, and I'll show you what I'm gonna do in a minute, right here is actually part of a road. So if we come up over this ridge, and you can see, like right here, it is actually a road. You can see the double yellow line right there. So that right there tells me that was a road, and that was a deer anyway, because we got too close to him. I made the wooden sword, and it's pretty much junk, so we're gonna try to make a better one. But I'm gonna go and try to focus more on like some of the building and getting some more of the mining stuff. So it says to come over to this quest, and it says up on the top left, explore the car. So we come over here and we forage, and now we have a reward box, and we have some other stuff that we got. So let's go ahead and go look at that real quick. And so we got 15 scrap metal and 2 mechanical components, and now we have 3 reward box high tech. So let's go and open these and see what these have. Okay, that has 10 scrap metal, iron, so that's good. That means we can melt that stuff down and use that to make things. And then we got some electromechanical components, which are probably somewhere here. I'm not exactly too sure where they are right there. So electromechanical devices. And I'm just going to put that down there, and then we'll open up this last one, and now we got mechanical components some more. So now we have quite a bit of stuff that we can work with, and we can make things with all of these devices and stuff like that. And this is a deer that we just killed. We looted him and stuff. So over here, when we went to this alchemical place, which is just over by this obelisk, so remember to look up at your top and find, you know, the obelisk and that kind of stuff. So the obelisk should be right over there with that, those little weird symbols on it. And over here is the station that we came to, the alchemy station. And this will go out after a while. So let's go ahead and craft a few things. So under cooking, let's go ahead and see about cooked, and we can make some cooked meat. But first, so like let's say cooked meat. Let's going to tell us that we need meat and water, so we have that. So now we can make some cooked meat. If we want roast, then we're going to have some mix of dried herbs and table salt. So we're going to have to make the table salt, but we can at least get some cooked meat, and that's going to help us out a lot. So let's go ahead and do that and that. And how about we do a few more cooked mushrooms, because we made some the last time. And now we are out of water because, like I said, unfortunately I lost some of my jars. Well, I lost all my inventory, so I had to start all over, but that's okay. Now I'm going to go down, I'm going to fill up these, and I got some from the boxes and stuff, the loot boxes that are around the little blue crates. And then I will take you guys to a place that has some really good stuff to mine, and I will show you what we're going to be mining in there. And I may not do all of it with you guys, but I'm at least going to show you guys what is in there so that you guys can see a good place to go to start getting your mining stuff going, so you have some metal and stuff like that to work with. So I'm going to head back over there to that safe zone, and we're going to go down in the bottom area that I say I didn't want to go to because there was that one of those over there, and I really didn't want to walk into that by accident and not be ready for things. So that's why I actually chose not to do that. Now that there is not one there, because every time you start the game there will be different things in different places, those portals, they will be different places, so you don't have to worry about them always being in the same place at the same time, blocking ways or whatever. So don't try to take on animals that you're not ready for. There are bears and wolves and foxes and in this land, and then in the desert there are scorpions and lizard things, and there's just all kinds of dangerous creatures, so be careful. And in the city, when you go to the city in the future, there will be other things there too. There will be there'll be like the wolves and stuff. It won't be anything like super fantastically hard or anything. The wolves are hard enough. So I'm going to go ahead and fill up my water bottles real quick, and now I have 4. So go into the water, press I, and to swim. So let me get those guys filled and put those guys in the bottom. Let me go and eat one of these. Get my hunger up. So just remember not to move when you're doing that, because otherwise it'll cancel it out. So go out and press Q, and you will go down and you will actually start swimming at the bottom, and you can just swim and you will eventually come back up real quick. So if you do want to come up, all you got to do is press space and you come up. So that's how you swim. I don't know, there are fish in here, but we have to make a fishing pole. I don't know exactly how that works because I didn't see any fish, and I don't remember doing it in any of my previous plays of this when I was playing this quite a while ago. We'll get there. Once we go over to this quest waypoint, we will get a little bit more stuff, and then we will be able to maybe have some more loot boxes and stuff like that to be able to open up and get some more stuff and keep on moving forward. And then I'm going to show you guys the building in this game after we go down there to that bottom part. So let's get this quest open, and okay, so that quest is done. Let me see if we got anything. We didn't really integrated circuits. Okay, so it looks like we might have got one thing. And then just remember, you can either move or press tab or alt, I mean, to get out of this mode when you're like this and you're trying to move but you can't. So alt or just move forward, backward, side to side. It really doesn't matter as long as you move in any direction. Harvest, harvest, harvest. Harvest everything that you can find, and you will get lots of stuff, and you'll be able to make a lot of stuff and do a lot of things. Now at the alchemy station, when we were over there, and I meant to show you guys that, and I just totally completely forgot until right now, is when you are crafting things with you will see that there's a chance of success of actually not doing a really good job. And these are really, really low. The only way to get good at these is to do it over and over and over and over and over, and it will eventually bring this red up into the yellow, up into the green, and then you'll be able to make it. but you have to make it, and you have to make a fair amount of it for it to be successful. So be prepared to go through a lot of meat or a lot of metal or whatever it is that you are making. Okay, let's go and pick a rune fragment. We can look around while we do stuff. As long as we don't move, it's okay. So, and these are used for crafting and stuff. Now, this is the temple that we started at when we spawned. And so up here, there's really not a lot of stuff. There's just, you know, an area to walk around in. You can always press 1 and 2 to do your botanizing and foraging. And sometimes you'll get stuff, sometimes you won't. And I think this is something we can do something with sometime, but I'm not sure because I haven't been able to find that out. So I guess we'll find that out soon, sometime. I don't know exactly when because I really don't know what to do with it. But we'll worry about that at a later point in time, I guess, because I need to do some research on that. Like I said, since the updates, they've changed a lot of stuff. Everything has a % chance, whereas things didn't used to have that much of a % chance. So, okay, down in the bottom here, there are a whole bunch of passages that go a whole bunch of different ways, but you end up back at the same base point. So walk around down here and remember to make your pick, otherwise you won't be able to mine anything. And just kind of, you know, look around and see what all there is. And, you know, you can go a lot of places. And it's all kind of, you know, interesting down here. And this is where we started. So, I guess to be quite honest, we actually just walked past this place on our way out. And I remember seeing this, but I didn't know that you could climb over this. I guess you can climb over from that way, but not this way. I'm going to go back up top and get back into that area here, and we're going to go back down, and I'm going to show you guys some of the mining stuff. You guys have seen a little bit when I did the copper by where I picked up that potion and stuff just right over there, not too far away, because that's where we kind of started making the hammer and the axe and stuff like that in the first episode of this. So come up here and just kind of go find the stairs that go down, and then go down and try not to climb over that rubble because yeah, you end up back at the very start and there's nothing really there for us right now. And walk around down here and you're going to see that there is a lot of ore down here. So we're just going to go ahead and mine some iron, and this will have 21, so there'll basically be 7. Okay, we're out of stamina, so we need to get our stamina back up. And so we do have a stamina boost, so let's go to 5, and we'll just go and drink that. There we go, and then we can go ahead and start mining this. Because our stamina, that was the only one that we had. We had a bunch of stuff earlier, but that's alright. We can probably make more, we just got to figure out how. And I know we will. So that was iron. This is copper. And we do have a little bit of copper. And I made those copper ingots. And actually we need that for the anvil so that we can make stuff. We have to make a lot of stuff. And under the building, so weapons and tool smithing, there are workbenches. And so you need the forge, the alchemical station, which is what we were just at, the kitchen, the sewing, they call it sewing station, the carpentry station, and the anvil, and everything has a specific use. So we will be doing a lot of figuring out what stuff is and all of that. It's going to be dark in here. I apologize for that. I don't really have a flashlight on my character, so I don't see any ore back there. And there's a little bit of ore right here. This could be silver. It is silver. So we're going to get this silver ore, and things will decay, and we can repair them a little bit. So when I was redoing stuff, I was noticing that I can actually, if I put this in my inventory, if I put this in my inventory like this, come on, why aren't you going up there? There we go. Okay, I'll take the hammer and then right click on it, and then we can repair it so that way it's a little bit better, and that won't wear down as fast. And so we can do it for all these things. Now the green line is just the beginning of where it's wearing out, and it will get up to yellow and red, and then be useless, and we'll have to either make another one or figure out a way to fix it. So you can repair your stuff as you go. If you want to improve it, you have to make improving kits. So that's something that we need all those crafting stations for, is to make the improving kits, which is going to help us out a lot. Then we can make more stuff and do more things. This should be gold, and we'll get some of this. And you guys can see, you just gotta walk around, go down underneath this temple if there isn't like a portal there, because early in the game you don't want to go to those portals until you're ready. Once you have some armor, better weapons, stuff like that, you're gonna be sorry if you do, because you're probably not gonna last too long. This is 10, and so there's like 6, I think, different ores in here, and so you can get all of them. And then I think you can create some other ores from them, if I'm not mistaken, but I don't remember. So we'll just have to do some exploring and stuff like that, and try some other things and see what happens. Okay, so we just walked around and got all of those, and then of course that's the way out, right over there, or right there. So yeah, we just got quite a bit of the ore that's down here. So do come down here when you make the pick, because it's really easy to get the ore. Now, in the desert area, it's not exactly as easy, because you gotta contend with monsters and stuff like that, like the scorpions and all those things. So try to be careful when you're dealing with the those portals that you go through, like the blue and orange sparkly ones. So just be careful if you guys do go in there. I do recommend going in there. Just make sure that you are ready for it, because if not, you're probably going to get wrecked pretty easy. Okay, got a healing cover. I'm just going to put that one right there, and it looks like they're starting to decay a little bit. Sorry about that, everything will decay in here, so that's one of the other drawbacks too, is that, but it's understandable. You are in a wasteland, you are in a survival world, and you're trying to make the best with everything that you have. So why will you not stack? There you go. Okay, you guys should stack. And okay, that's a different one. Okay, I see. There's some different health potions. I kind of forgot about that. And this meat will decay in 29 days, be full decay. So you can see a lot of these things will actually last for a long time. Okay, so right now, because it's cold, I have rhinitis. And so if I go to eye, not my eye, because I don't want to poke myself there, I can go to my tea, and this tea will be green, and I can drink it, and it will get rid of the rhinitis. And then I have a cold resist, so now I'm healthy again. If you want to see, press C and go to your health, and you can see, okay, it's healing the rhinitis, so it'll take a little bit, and it looks like it's actually kind of a little bad, more than what I thought. So hopefully it will get rid of it, and then it will be better. So we may have to actually do another one or something, but it is healing us. So we're gonna have to have some calories and fat layers and stuff like that, so that way we are doing better. Okay, so I have talked enough about that, and we can mine this copper. We can go to those copper ores and the copper, whatever they are, those places, and actually mine it over and over and over. Just, walk around, things will respawn, and then you can keep on doing it. So that is one of the best things about this game, is everything fairly quickly respawns. And these chests just kind of randomly spawn, so we can just keep on getting all of this stuff. Ooh, nice. So, some of this parchment and stuff like that, to be able to, make notes and stuff like that. So, these guys also have special events during, like, Halloween, and, ooh, okay, what's that? That is, guess I'll find out when I put it in there. Let's see. That was graphite, so we need that. Everything is useful. Again, it's one of those games where you really, you need to have everything to make everything. It's going to be a little dark for you guys, and I really do apologize for that. Let me see if I can turn up the gamma any. Alright, doesn't look like I can turn up the gamma. I'm going to go back over there to the building mode and wait for the daytime, and then we will continue this journey on building and stuff here in just a quick minute. Alright, so it's daylight now. It should be a little easier to see. So when you guys are going to be building your bases in here, what you're going to do is you're going to press B, and you will come up down here at the bottom with all of these things: walls, windows, ledges, pillars, etc, etc, etc. I'm just going to go over a little bit of the basics. Now, we did open up some of these walls and stuff, and like these foundations, I'm not exactly too sure. Okay, it looks like a regular floor, and I do believe that they can be raised up and down, so we could place them. What I'm going to actually do though is I am going to go to floors, and I'm going to click on this. So I have the floors, and what you do is kind of like, it's sort of like the forest, when you're in the forest and stuff. Let me make sure I'm right by the campfire, or at least I thought I was. Okay, it's right there. So I want to make sure I'm not building right on my campfire. So, okay, campfire's right there behind me. I'm going to go and take my floor, and that'll work. So you take your floor and you put it down, and then you put down however much that you want to, so that you can get it built. And so I'm gonna put down 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So that's gonna be like 9 squares. Now it looks like it's actually gonna be a lot, and it actually kind of is, but we have to build it. And this is what it looks like because we haven't built it yet. So we have to have a hammer, which is what we made. So sometimes you just kind of have to walk around until you, there we go, like this one right here. So it says interaction right there on the left side, and then hold to remove. But I want to actually do the interaction. So left click, and then it will come up with this window right here. And somebody skill carpentry, your skill value, this is 100% chance, so you don't have to worry about it. So you can either you can choose any that you want to use. If you want to use cedar, spruce, fir, birch, whatever you want to use, you can actually specify, or you can also just add any. Now we can also add all, and then this will build this piece, and once that's done, then we just press finalize. And now the thing at the bottom shows. So now that one is done. And now we have one piece built. And then we go over to the next piece, interact with it, add all, finalize. And this is how you're going to do it for all of your roof and your walls and everything else. Is you're just going to add everything that you want to add. And it will just add whatever. If you want it to be birch or cedar, make sure you chop down those certain trees and you actually plan that out the way that you want to, and then it will do it for you, so you don't have to worry about it. So I just wanted to show you guys a little bit of a quick tip on this. I'm building like a floor and stuff, and foundation, I'm sure you can maybe make it raised up a little bit or something like that. I'm just going to build like a basic structure is all I'm really doing, and I'm going to put like doors on either side, so that way I can have other rooms if I want to, and then make it that way. Sometimes you have to move around to make this look green, so you just gotta try a few things, see what you think. The hardest part is trying to figure out how you're doing all this stuff, and that's one of the things why I wanted to kind of show people what to do here. So I'm just adding all these parts, and then once you get this built, then I'll be like working on the walls and windows and whatever else that I want to make, and then we will start getting our base building going. And I would like to go into some of those portals to show you guys what those are like. We're not going to have time in this episode because there was a lot of time just running around and doing some other stuff. But we will get there, and we'll probably be doing that in the next episode. Because, if you have a base, then you're set to go, and you are good to go, and you don't have to worry about excuse me, losing your, darn it, keep doing that. Losing your place or whatever, because now we know where we are. Now finding the campfire is going to be a lot easier because it's right here behind us. And so now I will be able to find it and we'll be able to see this. Now, the walls are pretty much the same thing. Just go to B and then go down here to wherever you want to get the walls. And there's this wall, which is just the normal wall. There's also a stone on it, and it takes a brick back, so we got to make those in our inventory. And just so you guys know, let's go to X and let's go ahead and see about like, let's say stone masonry parts and then brick. So to make a brick pack, you need bricks, and so we have to get bricks from raw stone. And so let's just go ahead and maybe do, I don't know, just for fun, because we can get lots of stone because there's lots of stone around. Just go ahead and do 10. So that's going to make quite a bit of our bricks. And of course we'll have to make the mortar. And then brick back, now we have those. And so there's 10 bricks, so we're going to go ahead and make a brick pack. And then on our inventory, we should have a brick pack somewhere. Let's, right there's a brick pack. And so you can, that's how we make that. And then of course the mortar is clay and sand, and I think probably go out and just find sand or find a way to do it. There is no shovel that I know of that I've seen yet. So let's go to tools and just let me see, tool, knife, axe, hammer, pickaxe, saw, rake. So you could probably make a so you see, this is a 54% chance skill that we're going to actually make this right. So we may end up losing a bit of stuff in order to make this. So we have a shovel. Okay, there is a shovel. So right there's a shovel, and so we can actually do a lot of stuff. A sewing kit. There is just all kinds of things to make in here. And a hook. So we need to probably go down and find wherever it is that we do the hook, which may be, I don't think under farming, but you can see that there's straw, compost, fertilizer. There are all kinds of things that we can do in this game, so it's not like you're just going to be doing a few things and then you're done. There's a lot to do here, and that's what I really like about this game. We can make a crude sword, we can make a crude axe, which we already have an axe, so, but we can make more of these if we want to. Well, there's a torch right there, so that way I could have seen. Okay, and that takes resin, so let's go and create a torch. Now we should have a torch on us. That's in our inventory, and I don't, no, okay, I didn't think so. Let's go and put him on number 4. Now when we go to 4, at least I think so, then we should be able to use our torch. Oh, okay, I see, it's on our hand right now, so, there we go. So when we crouch, now we have a torch. So anytime that you are in combat, you will use your torch, depending on what is in your weapons slot. And so since that's in my weapons slot, and then we'll just go to 4, and that switches it out, and now we will be able to do that. So let's do a quick wall or two, and I'll show you guys like the doorway and stuff. So we're gonna go to B, and then we'll do, when you click on plan, so, and let's go ahead and put in a solid one there and a solid one there. And then let's try to figure out, I think I'm actually going to have the doors going up and down this way. So, and if you want to rotate these, I believe that is the page up and page down to rotate them. And so, just use those buttons. And then for the doorways, we will just do like that. And then, of course, you can make a door. So let's go to door, right there. Press plan, and now we can put in a door. Now when we go back to here, our first person view, now we have these that we need to build. And let me go and check to see how much twine and stuff that we have, because I do know that we are probably going to be running a little bit low. Luckily we have 3 twine left. And we are getting a little bit low on logs, but we should be able to make at least a fair amount of this. So I'm going to go ahead and go back down to weapons and toolsmithing parts. And you can find these things in multiple places. This is just the place that I found them at the best. So, and something else you guys can do too. So I'm going to create 20 of those. While I'm creating those, I can also come down to twine. And let's say I want to make 10 of those. And then I can create those. So now you have 2 things open in your production queue, and then you can just, I get done with that and go to X, and now I can just walk around, do whatever I want to do, pick up stuff, do things while that's being made, and then I don't have to worry about it, and it will be done. And I just learned a little bit of clay. That's cool. So now I can just wait for that to be done while I'm doing other things. And then I can come over to here, and let's just go and see about building this. So we're just going to go add all and finalize. And that takes 3 of the pine logs. And okay, let's make this doorway right here. That's a door, and we want the doorway. Okay, there we go. 2 trunks. Okay, I think that's gonna make 2, and it yep, 2 pieces, and it says right here how many you need, 0 of 2 and then 0 of 1. So we can also just do add any, finalize, and now it builds that. And then we can move a little bit, or even press tab, look at the door. And let's go ahead and just do 1 log and 1 twine. Now we have 11, so that way we have enough. And now we make that. Now we have that done, and then we can just open the door. So now we have a door to walk through. So you guys can kind of see how we're doing all of this stuff, so you guys have an idea of what you're doing. So if you guys, are interested in this game, you know how to do things, and that's going to help you guys out. And then you guys can have an enjoyable adventure too. Once we go into these portals, and you guys will actually be able to see some of the things that I was talking about, and we will get to that in the next episode. I'm planning on doing that, and we can continue this adventure and see if we can actually do some stuff and go some places and build some things. Because like I said, though, I would really, really like to build a base over here on this area up here, because I think it's a really good area. Plus there's plenty of water around. Of course, this one has, enough water right up there by that lake and stuff, and there's a little bit of water right over here. I guess it's down there. And but I really like that, kind of like up on the plateau. So that was my idea. And you can see that we almost have this built right here, at least this part. We're gonna have to do a lot more, of course, but there is also more stuff to build and do. So if we go to our X, and actually let's go to B instead. So you can make palisades, but we don't have the blueprints. So a lot of this stuff we need blueprints. So don't have any equipment. Let's look at other. So we can make some of this other stuff, but you can see it's kind of expensive. For, like, let's say this alchemy lab, we need a log pack and a brick pack and a twine pack. So that means we have to make several of like those items and then have the pack for them. So again, all that goes into here. And then we can go into like the science or leather working, and under leather working there are parts. So we have leather pack, lye ash, and then lye wood. So we can make all kinds of stuff. We will be getting into this as the game goes. So I will be progressing on this game and just seeing if we can actually get stuff done in here. So you guys can actually see what goes on. Okay, I'm a little bit cold, and so maybe what I'm gonna do is see about lighting the fire for a quick minute and trying to keep myself warm if I can find it. I know it's around here somewhere. Put it on one of these sides, probably on the door side. And fire, where are? Unless it decayed already, and if it, oh, there it is. If it decayed, it decayed. So here we're gonna go and set fire to it, and then we'll be able to be. And then of course we can also cook up quite a bit of this ore and stuff, so that way we can make it. So base metal, tin, we should be able to make at least 10. So yeah, and if you don't have enough, it will not come up with this green check mark. So we're gonna make that, and then we'll do the same thing here. We'll create that, and same thing here. Create that, and so you guys can also make higher quality stuff, and I will show you that here in just a second before we end the episode. So see, it's already, yeah, you have a long queue here of stuff that it's making. So if you guys are interested in making better stuff, then you can actually do that pretty easily. And let's go into our crafting, and under transmutation, create better tier, let's go to metals, and let's say scrap metal. So you want to make better scrap metal. We want to make it tier 2 scrap metal. And so it just says use all, or you can use only whatever tier that you want. And there's a 45% chance. But you have quite a bit of scrap metal, so let's see. Okay. Production failed, but it took that up just a little bit. And now we made one. And it's going to keep on taking that up every time. And see, it keeps on making it. So now we have a tier 1 scrap metal. And there is a chance that it will make it. There's a chance it may not make it. So you guys can see how this is working. Let's go to our inventory. And we should have some scrap metal in here. So we have base scrap metal, and now we have tier 1 scrap metal. And then we can keep on tiering it up to the next tier, making better stuff and better stuff and better stuff. So now the point of this is to show you guys that you can do all kinds of things and learn new things. We got a table and carpet round green. Cool. So we can learn new stuff, and as the recipes come up, and we will be able to make new stuff and do a lot of things. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Thank you for joining me here, and we will see you guys in the next episode of Novus Inceptio. We'll work on like this house and stuff like that, and I'm thinking, you know, this will be kind of like the main area, and then where these doors are, we will have an area, maybe even put another doorway here and just build off over here and have a room over here, a little bit differently shaped room, and maybe even off on this other side, and have 2 main doors that come in and out of the place. Although with that campfire there, we can always destroy and build a new campfire. That's actually really cheap to do. So I just wanted to show you guys a little bit of this. Next up, we are going to be going into those portals and just seeing if we can make stuff. And there's a highway sign over there. We can go quite a ways up. This map is, like I said, pretty big, and we can do a whole lot of things. So thank you guys for joining me here. Thank you for being with me on this journey. And we will see you guys in the next episode of Novus Inceptio. So you guys have a great day, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.